And with this, we're starting off Friday evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the as of yet really decided what I'm going to call the art stream. And of that's names. Yes, it is Diggs. We're going to be working on our friend Diggs' reaction image. We've got a couple of things going on. Yeah, art stuffs indeed. So, while I get everything finished up, we, not necessarily a new Diggs, we are adding to the current Diggs, is what it is, more or less. So while I've got everything saving here, I think we're pretty much all set, it looks like. So I'm going to get into the program proper itself now. Let's go ahead. And we've got both Diggs on the ready. He's provided me with his idle and active animations. Or frames, rather, I should say. He said he'd like the sweater. So I think we might add we'll put the sweater on. And, who knows, maybe we'll, maybe do a little bit more, too. Gotta think that part over, though. And, oh, crumbs, I closed out PaintNet, didn't I? Let me just go ahead and see if I can get that corrected here. Because I did have that open up previously while I was grabbing a few other images. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and hide that now. Because we'll be using that program again, as we tend to do. Hello, Diggs. All right. Same as last time. We're gonna try and copy the line styles. I believe it was Captain Obvious that did the what is known as the Diggsbra face. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what I've heard. So it looks like a very heavy black, so let's go ahead and drag that into our black corner. Diggs Crimbus led to Diggsbra. Okay. Alright. So let's go into our pens right now and see what we've got as far as imitations go. Okay, that's Tulip, which has the pressure sensitivity on it. That's not bad. Let's go with the size 12 real quick. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think a size 12 isn't bad. There might be some different... It looks like the anti-aliasing is probably the same, if not similar to. And if I bring my hand up a little bit, I can get some of the thinner lines, I think. Let's go to a 10 and see. I think 10 will be a good. I think 10 is going to be good. Okay. Actually, let me go ahead and pull up the original Diggsbra I have, too, because I am seeing a couple of things here. I want to make sure I'm looking at right. All right. Okay, so that is blank over there. That might be part of the original edit then, if I had to guess. There was probably something over here that got taken out. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead, turn that. Yeah, we'll just close this for now. We'll probably just be using the same layers for everything. So let's actually do that, actually, let's go ahead and layer one. What's layer? Oh, that's layer one. Is the that's our sweater layer, right? Yes, yes, that's a sweater layer. It's right there. So this will be our sweater. And this will just be our sweater sketch layer. Nope, nope, don't do that. All right, bring that into view there. All right, get our pencil up. All right, if we want to go similar to how this sweater is, our neckline would be just about under here, because if we're going off this shoulder here, where the armpit, that means that other shoulder would be sitting about here. And we could... One thing we could do is bring our sweater fully into the body here and then bring another arm out to give it that arm effect like this image has. And if we do that, maybe we could bring... Okay, either bring this shoulder down to match this shoulder, or we could bring this shoulder up to match this shoulder. Let's give a look and see how that would look in either case. So let's just bring that right down from the neckline there. And this would go right here. Like that. I want to turn this off real quick. Okay. So far, it doesn't look that bad without this throwing me off. I think that could potentially work then. I think that could potentially work. Let's go with that, see how we like it. And we're basically going to be working within the frame given, so we can, do any, we can go outside our lines a little bit here, as far as bringing some of the picture in. We could bring the collar in like that a little bit. And then to like here, we'll use our colors to kind of match and bring out the details. But what I think I want to do for our sweater, though, is make the collar a little more rounded. I think that's what I want. But the issue is the chest would then have to pop out from there, because the way they have it, they basically just use the line of the sweater. They basically just use the line of the sweater and then just add their own for the collar. But what I could do to get around that is... I think we'll do it that way. And then we could just bring this around like that. I think that would work. I think that would work, yeah. And then we can just round that out right there, around the back of his head. I think that's not bad. Yeah, there we go. That's not too bad. That's not so bad. I think we'll roll with this. For our basic sweater design. And since let's go ahead and give it a bit of that gold color there. There we go. It really makes it pop out against the picture itself. Let's get a new detail layer. Sketch. Let's go ahead and just get our sketch folder in place. That's supposed to be details. All right, drop that in our sketch folder. We're not going to see too much of a sweater design, it looks like, because we're dealing mostly with about this much of the picture. If we're kind of basing off this, so maybe a little more of a design we should do, other than just, little zigzags. I think something a little more. Is would be nice. Or that. It is supposed to be cold weather, winter sweater. The snowflake isn't bad. Oh, I know one thing I can do. Let me just bring up the Googleator here. I think that would look nice. So what do we got here? Okay. But how does it normally sit? Okay. That's how it normally sits. So we bring this open. Do some screen capturing. And now I'll copy. And then come on into our references. Drop that there. All right, we're going to go ahead and hide that Mr. Bear for now. And then let's just going to call this Biggin because it is the Biggin. And can anyone dare to venture a guess what I'm thinking of doing to the sweater? Just kind of, based off the little bit of a teaser in the background there. Give you a couple minutes to think about it. While I have a little bit of coffee, because I'm just a wee bit tired. I don't know why. It was a moderately decent day at work, not too busy. Oh. But, yeah, what I'm thinking is we might put the Big Dipper on there. Or at least put some of it on there. Because Isbear and is also known as Ursa Major. That would be more on the chest. We could probably get a couple. We put it there. Maybe if we did it like on the side, like a patch, I think. That might be a better way to go. So let's rotate our picture. Kind of like that. And I'm going to grab our Big Dipper. And I'm going to bring it over and around. So I think maybe having it sit kind of like that might be advantageous. Because I don't like the way, like, I think it would make sense having the, for whatever reason, if you weren't going to put, like, this constellation as you would normally see it, if you're going to angle it differently, I think it would make more sense to leave the smaller end on top. And as you look down, you then see the larger, the body. You see the dipper part of it. So I think this might not be a bad idea. But I am just now getting hit with another idea if this one doesn't work. So, let me go forward. There we go. And I know I'm probably not going to get all of it in here. That might be about all we can really get, unless I go with Plan B, and I might actually go with Plan B because, once again, thank you, chat. You have been a good rubber duck debugger. Because, yes, I will do that other idea now. I think... yeah, that's okay there. Let's go ahead and turn this off for now. I think if we play around with this, I think that might be a good idea, just like that. If we kind of turn this into like a star-themed or constellation-themed sweater, I think getting this little Easter egg in would be a fun idea. See if anyone that doesn't attend the art streams picks this up. And then maybe we'll have the traces of a matching pattern on the other side right there. Hey, okay, everyone, say it with me. I did that on the wrong layer. It's a good thing it was just a simple little trace and dot we did, so, you know, not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and reapply that. And then once again, our other star over there. And then we'll go ahead and just, boop, let's just pop that off. There we go. That's not that bad. I don't think, yeah, that's not all that bad. And I think I'm already getting some ideas coming together for colors now, too. Again, experimenting. Oh, let's open up our where's it at? That's Apollo. Additional color set? No, where is the one? Stream. Okay, there it is. Stream color set. Okay, yeah, those are HATS colors. But do you want to move that down actually? Stream, you can go down. Let's move you down here. I do want to rename that because I was looking for something else. Let's just call it WBPL. WBPL palette, there we go. Okay, there we go. We'll be starting off in that one. Or at least those will be the range we start up in. That's not a bad idea there. All right, let's bring our other little bear boy. There he is. Hi, bear boy. Ooh, that's got me thinking now all of a sudden too. More Googleating. Let's see. Is this what I'm thinking of? No, it's not. Let's see. No, not that. Not that, not that. It was I think a production company that used a bear or polar bear in its logo. And I think like part of its animation was the bear like looked up, got on its hind legs, and then froze in place like as it was like pointing to the North Star, something like that, or A star rather. And it's not the Coca-Cola bear, I know that. Nelvana, there it is. There it is, there it is. I think... Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I remember. Let's go ahead, open new tab, copy. Let's go ahead and turn on paint.net. There's expand the campus. There it is. There's Nelvana. That's what I remember. I might end up watching that later on YouTube. But they've got a new little streamlined logo I like. That one right there. That one's looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and open that image. And I'm going to copy that one. We're going to go here in Paint, open new. There we go. I like how that bear's all swishy and swashy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut Mr. Little Polar Bear out. Let's go ahead and crop that. Save as the Polar Bear. That's nice as a PNG file. That's very nice. And then we're going to go ahead and jump back into Clip Studio here and get back to my art files here and open up our Polar Bear. And we're going to copy that. We're going to put that right here in our references. Because I'd like to use something similar to that. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this guy off. Hello, Cookie. I think what we might do now maybe we'll put a star up here on the near this shoulder. Nope, we're just gonna try and make a star themed sweater for him. Is the idea here. I would like to have more. Now, granted, there's really not much different I can do with just so much to show, but something I was thinking of. Like, we got our star here, and our bear here would be like up on his hind legs. Kind of like that. Let's get a little bear tail in there. I mean, is it? What is Alaska's state flag? Alaska state flag. Oh, well, look at that. Huh. I mean, you can't blame them for having a flag like that, I guess. Yeah. I mean, you really can't blame them for having a flag like that. Oh, let's go ahead and turn off PaintNet there. Forgot I had that up for a second. Yeah. Yeah, Ursa Major, get it right. Which is also bear, exactly. Which is why... I mean, why else do you think I chose the Big Dipper? Be like, have our little bear looking a little more up at the star is my idea, but really can't do that. Gosh dang it! I really like the little sketch I made down below. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and just get our little bearman. Move it there. And little bear man is going to be moved over a bit there. All right, well, we got that going for us, which is nice. Let me just check something real quick here. All right, we're gonna try a couple of things here. So that's our basic idea. Let's go ahead and bring our big bear buddy back up. Well, hi, I'm a bear. Yes, you are, Mr. Bear. I mean, we could put some more just like little star dot things back over here. Unless I do something weird and interesting and try something experimental when it comes to our coloring portion, which I might do, but we'll find out. That might actually be it for our sketch. So let's get our other two folders going. Let's get our colors and our lines. And since we're in our lines, let's go ahead and close our colors. Boop. We have the Sweater. Which is just, basically going to be that, our Sweater. And we decided on Tulip 10 again. Try and match the previous artist, Captain Obvious's style. So we're just going to go ahead. And I think similar to how Zenith did. It looks like most of his baselines are bold. And it just kind of lightens up when it comes to details, or maybe as his wrist might have gotten tired. So we're just going to try and... Yep, see you later there, Mayhem. Work some of that in. It's going to kind of come out. We'll bring this around like this. Oh, bother, said Pooh. No, we're good. Nope. Okay, let's redo this section right here. Get rid of that. Nope. Because I want a little bit of separation there. There we go. I think that'll work right just like that. Yeah, okay. I think that'll work. Look at our details. This... I might actually go back to the pencil, because with the details, the star and the bear, the constellation, I'm actually going to want to make that look kind of like the like it's a pattern itself in there, so that will be line-less in a sense, because it will be the line. But let's go ahead and bump this up to a 10 as well. Does a bit bigger. I think those could actually be a little bit brighter, so let's go ahead and... There we go. And then we'll just bring this back down to a 7, because I like the stars being bigger than the actual, like, constellation lines. I think that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and turn the sketch layer off, because don't necessarily need it for this little section here anyway. There, I think that's good. Well, I'm going to grab that because I want all of this to be the same. There we go. The stars are just a little bit off for my liking to start to be there. All right, turn the sketch back on. There we go. Let's go back to our pen. Actually, no, mechanical pencil. And again, same thing with the bear, as we'll just kind of just re-outline him. And then we'll use 7 for some details like his eye. And little round bear ears. Here we go. And sketch can go off. Okay, that let's go ahead and save this as Digs react. I'm going to clear that folder out a little bit because I want to redo the star. Star I think might have been a little too thick. Let's go down to 8 for that one. Oh, we're back on our pen there. Nope. Let's try cross and then working. R. Yeah, I like that better. I like that better. I like that better. Hello, tech. I like that a lot better. Let's go ahead and round our corners up a bit now. Yeah, that's good there. That's good, I think. Okay. That's pretty, I think that's pretty straightforward, pretty simple there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Now for the coloring. Let's get a couple layers in here because we want the sweater. Then we're just going to go detail 1, detail 2 because this will be some experimenting, I think. Alright, let's get our base color for the sweater, and I would like that a dark blue. I think something like that will be good. Let's get our paintbrush out. Actually, no, we've been using markers, haven't we? Let's just check our markers again. Felt tipped. Nope. Marker pen. Or have we been using Millfill? Well, let's make that a little bit bigger so I can see. Yeah, those don't bleed over each other. Yeah, alright, let's go with marker pen. And we'll go ahead and bump that up to 15. And we're just going to make a base coloring here for the sweater. And fill that in real quick. And then we'll just color in the absent lines there. The anti-aliasing there. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Let's zoom out, take a look. Let's go ahead and just boop. Yeah. It's not looking that bad at all. Not looking that bad at all. But one thing I do want to do real quick here, though, is let's drop this down and make it hard because I do want some I want to see where the original picture ends so I know where to make my cut when it comes to cropping. And that should be good enough. Let's go ahead and turn our color saturation all the way back up. That'll do it. Okay. Let's turn this off real quick because we've got our cutoff over there too. So turn it back on, turn our saturation down. And once again, bring our sharpness all the way up. I was a clever person, which I'm not, I'd give myself a corner to work off of. Boulder dash. There we go. And then down. Boop. Nope, come on. There we go. Turn the color back up, and there's our corner to work off of. Look at that. We're smart. We're smart. Okay. Now we've got that. Let's do this in the color first. So what I want to do is I want to grab some of that green and go back to our sweater. Grab that because we've got a few gaps missing here. I think that might have been the only gap. Let's go ahead and drop our sweater color in there in case we need to come back to it. Excuse me. Having a Reese's stick as a snack. All right, back to the collar, detail 2. I'm gonna grab some of that green from our color. And now let's go to our brushes. Let's take a look at. Okay, that's a blending. So, nope, soothing, uneven brush. Okay. All right. That's a watered watercolor. Don't know if I don't like how that goes over itself there. It says soothing, no M. Soothing watercolor. So what I think that means is if we just put our watercolor here, we use that over it. Yeah, it kind of blends it up a little bit. Anyway, watercolor brush. Not bad, not bad. Paint and apply. That's a big blorp. Smooth watercolor. Dense watercolor. Kind of like that. I kind of like that. Transparent watercolor. Okay, that's just interesting. And opaque. All right, let's go realistic brush. Rough wash. Flat watercolor brush. Yeah, I don't like that. Soft bleed. Maybe we'll come back to that. Round watercolor brush. No. All right. Thick one's usually what I end up using. The Indian brushes aren't that bad though, but I don't like those stray hairs. That's got on there. Bit brush. Bit husky. No. Okay. Usually I'm in the oil paint here. Is usually what I normally use. Oil paint flat brush. Okay, I see. It's kind of got that little to it. No, I'm not going to use gouge. Right, let's just go with the oil brush here. What I want to do is we're going to just kind of No, not like that. Let's make some lines like this real quick. Then let's see what happens when I use this blender. What happens is I don't like that. So instead, back to the oil brush and go to our blend tool. Let's grab the fingertip tool, take that down to a 10. And that's blending it in with the color behind it. Okay, that's not that bad. That's not bad. But not necessarily what I'm going for. Let's go bring it all back. Bring it all back. I think we're on the right course here. But not just yet. Oh, you know what? Let's bring our lines back. So that was just fingertip. Let's try the blur. Right now we're just going up and down because that also... Okay, it does not grab the black. That's good. Nope, don't like the blur. What about blend? Alright, fingertip might be our best way to go. Color stretch. Right now we're at 10. Alright, changes how much... Come on. How much the existing color gets dragged with the new brush strokes. Let's bring that up to 50 to see what happens. Okay, if we bring it down to default's 10, let's bring it to 4, see what happens. Hang on, back to 10. Fingertip, I like that one the best. Opacancy. All right, let's bring this down to 20. It was at 70. All right, well, 20-ish. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. Okay. That's looking pretty good there. I'm starting to like that now. Hardness, huh? Let's take down the hardness. Okay. And maximum hardness. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Copy stamp. What's that? Oh. Click with using Alt key or turning on mode for specific reference position and set position to copy sequence. Okay. Oh, that's neat. But not right now. All right, fingertip. So this is kind of what I want. Will making the brush size bigger help? Ooh, maybe. Kind of. Okay. Bring the brush size down. Let's bring the stretch up to 30-ish. Okay, I think I might have found what I'm looking for, but let's bring everything back. Okay. Because what I'm going for... What I want to try and do is go for like an Aurora Borealis look. So we've got those there. Let's bring in, a greener, a yellow green, I think. And if we put that here, let's bring that kind of underneath this detail. Let's see what happens now when we use our blend tool. Okay, that's just playing with that layer. Okay. Nope. Let's go back on our here and add the paint with it. So you see the paint's already mixing with the other paint on there like it normally would. All right, let's go ahead and bring this in. Oh, hey, that's looking pretty neat there, I think. I think that might work. Let's back all this out real quick, though, because I don't necessarily want mixed lines. So we're going to organize our lines a little bit better. Let's go ahead and drop this green into here. We're using that one there. All right, let me look at some Aurora Borealis. Let's just get some nice Aurora Borealis colors going. Okay. Obviously, yes, there are a lot of greens. Now, funny thing about the Borealis, when you look at it with the naked eye, it's mostly just like white and maybe like maybe like a light blue or a light purple. You actually need a special lens and obviously the long exposure times to get the actual colors that you see in pictures. Because a friend of mine went bear hunting. I think he went for his 25th birthday. His uncle took him bear hunting up in Canada. And where they were, there was a Borealis one night. So, you know, obviously, again, like I said, you know, he told me that, you know, when you actually look at it, it's very white. The colors, as the guy told them, come from the lens and how you take the pictures. Yeah, you see the curtain effect, everything like that. It looks very clear. It looks very white. You don't see all the greens. You don't see the pinks. You don't see the purples. You don't see the blues with the naked eye. That's all done through a special lens. This is a pretty good shot right here. So we're going to go ahead, open this image, copy it, and into our references, we're going to go ahead and drop that picture. My God, Diggs, it's full of stars. Wow. You know what? Cancel. And I'm just going to paste that again because I just like how that looks. We're going to call that the background. And we're just going to bring that there and just get rid of our backfill. And now we'll just colors. And then we'll take that actual one, put that in our references, turn off our Mr. Bear friend, and then we'll shrink this one down and bring it over to use, because wow, that looks nice. Okay. All right. And maybe we'll use one of those pinks as well. Grab that one right there. We'll just drop that there. And now, let me grab this color here, because I'm thinking I want the sweater to be that just a little bit darker now. So let's grab our monofill. That is not darker. Look at that. Wow. All right, let's grab our sweater color. Let's just go ahead, drag the color up over here. And color that in. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and toss that on this palette too, right underneath, in case we want to jump back and forth between the two. So, oh, sorry, hit the camera. Microphone. Oh, geez. I'm getting bumbly right now. Okay. Back to our colors here. So, back to our paintbrushes. Again, working on the collar. Let's do it like this. Let's have this color kind of chilling here on the bottom. I should lift my pen. Brush, whatever. Have that go into there. Go into there. Let's get the lighter green right up in here. I want them close, but I don't want them really touching that much on their own. And then let's just put the pink up on top, but separated. I do want a bit of a gap between the pink. All right, let's go ahead and save, and then let's get our blend going. Yeah, it is odd like that, isn't it? All right. Nope, 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 nope. Revert all that. Not bad, though. Not bad. Oh, bring that back there. All right. Let's just try and... So if we just mix it all a bit too much, it looks like ice cream sherbet puke mix. let's try this actually. Let's bring out, let's get a really big brush. Like, let's go one. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Honestly, get rid of the... Take the pink out. So we could bring that in. Yes. Yes, I'm liking that. Okay. Get that green back. Let's get our brush out for our pink. I liked how that did. I like how that worked. Okay. Do you know what? Let's use our original sweater color real quick. The very top there. Okay. Now let's bring this in and just kind of... Just kind of blend back and forth. Slowly pushing and pulling it. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Damn, I can't believe I did that now. All right, let's go ahead and clean up though, because that's just the color we were going for. So let's turn off our background and get our eraser up, punch up our eraser size a little bit. And just clean up our edges and clean off the sleeve there. Here we go. Okay. Maybe we'll need a third detail level. Okay. Rename this one the collar, the body, and the sleeves. Arms. So I think making them each their own layer will be beneficial. Okay, we've got a pretty good... Well, I mean, if we want the vertical effect, well, let's run the experiment real quick. With what let's just do what we did on the collar, but let's do it vertically. So, let's get our paints out, and let's just do a vertical line here. We'll do the same pattern. Try not to make the colors touch too much because we don't want them naturally blending together yet. And then it was this green. And then we had this green. And then we just get our blending pen out, our blending tool out, and then we'll just go up and down instead. And slowly go from side to side. Oh, no, that ruined it. Okay, no. let's take that layer, make it horizontal, and then we'll just, yeah, blending up and down kind of does it. Obviously not as big as a tool. We'd have to try and wave it a little bit, I think. Nope. So we work our way down, just trying to wave it a little bit. I think it basically just comes down to how you use the tool, because that's not bad right there. Okay, yeah, we might try it that way actually. Once again, paintbrush. Let's make it a little bit bigger. No, that's a bit too big. Just kind of just pull. And push. See, we're pulling up to the left. Let's push down to the right. Let's go back. We had a good thing going on over here for a second here. Let's just go back to the original. Go back to the beginning. So just kind of pulling, pushing. In a direction, in the same direction a little bit. You know what? I think that's looking pretty bitchin' right there. Let's get our save first. Yep. And then let's go ahead and just get rid of it on the sleeves, because the sleeves will be their own layer, just as the collar was its own layer. And then we're on the arms. For the arms, let's mix in. Get our paintbrush back out. see what happens if we bring in some of Hat's red. Into the mix. And we're going to pull him down this direction, I think. All right, we have lost the pink a bit. Let's bring it all back, bring it all back. Let's redo this one. That's looking pretty good, I think. That's looking pretty decent. Now, maybe... Okay, let's bring it back and put that green back in. Let's put that light green back in where it originally goes. So I think that'll help. All right, J. That's not looking that bad. Let's try and pull some of this blue down, though. There we go. Bring some of this green back up. Yeah, that's not looking bad. Let's go ahead and get some erasure going. Oh, too much. We just want to see our corner and get off the actual picture itself and the other clothing areas. All right, we can still see the corner there, so with a little rest of here, it could be a little bit sloppy. Let's go ahead and just duck that out because that's going to be cut over there. Yeah, not bad, I think. That's not looking bad, I think. All right, so the other arm now. I'll put the dark red in here, I think. Let's this red. We're going to forego the pink and go with this green here. And then we're just going to kind of drag this up and down, see what happens here. No, not yet, not like that. Change it up. Not bad, I think. Not bad. Well, welcome home, Night Owl. Welcome home. Let's go ahead and pop the collar off too. And take care of any outside colors. There we go. Turn the colors back on. That's not looking all that bad, I think. It's not looking all that bad. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Well. Not bad, I think. Not bad at all. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn off our reference issues. Turn that off. Yeah. Could go ahead and save that. And now we'll make a new file. This is digs idle. And this will be saved as the PNG. Idle sweater. Yes. And then we can just do a quick little swap there. Get his mouth open. Save as digs open. Sigh. Sweater. Yes. And then once again, save as our clip format. This is our digs react. Yes. There we go. Nightmare bear mouth. I mean, it does exist. Oh well, thank you for the thanks for that, Night Owl. But yeah, I mean, Nightmare Mouth Open Digs does exist. It is out there. It is real, and it can and will hurt you. Just, you know, putting that out there for everybody. Yeah, see, there it is, and there it is. It is real, and it can and will hurt you. Anyway, back into Paint here, Paint.net, and we're going to go ahead and open up our new digs images. Our digs images, if you will. And we're going to start with idle here. And we're going to go ahead and grab that. All right. Then with this tool here, I think is what it is. No, it's this tool, maybe? No, this one here is where we can pull that up and down. So one corner is there, and the other corner is here. Let's zoom out a bit. Crop. There we go. And we'll save that. Yes. And what we'll do is add a new layer onto that image. Highlight this one, copy it, and paste it over that one. Oh, what have you done? That's not okay. That's no big deal. We can just move other digs over till our lines line up. Turn that digs off, and then just crop to that one, and ta-da! We get rid of that layer, and then save that. Yes, that way, those files are now look the same. I mean, you could save, yes. Blah. Open recents. open recent, and then yeah, that way there's no image moving or anything like that. They are both there. I'm going to go ahead and close out these in the background now. Don't need those, don't need those. But yeah, as you can see here, Diggs now just got a little more to him, a little more to him. I think it's looking pretty good. I think that's looking pretty good. So go ahead and minimize those. I'll go ahead and turn that off of the OBS now. Then we're back in here with our Clip Studio, with our lovely Aurora Borealis. That is just nice looking. It is nice looking. Look at that. That's nice. That's pretty nice. Yeah, we still got about a half hour to go. Not as much as we did with Hat. But he's got a little something more now. A little something more to look at. You know what? Let's go ahead and give it a test out real quick. So, open. Hey guys, it's me, Diggs of the Black Pants Legion. Yeah, that's not looking all that bad. So I'm just looking on the stream there. Little hop, little hello. I think it looks pretty good, yeah. Colors are looking pretty good. Let me go ahead and blow this up a little bit on OBS here. There it is. Yeah, I'm not seeing any bad bleed through. Yeah, no real bleed through on the image. The colors are looking pretty good. You can actually, there's still some of the original sweater color in there that we have back there, that darker blue. Kind of like that. Colors probably would have been a lot broader if we had a larger picture to go with, like, you know, like more of the body, more of the chest, or something like that. So we got that there. Oh yeah, thanks. I mean, there is going to be, you will like essentially be watching my streams change and evolve as we just draw more and just add more generally to just my screens. Like eventually I'll probably, that's my stylus. And eventually I'll probably have like an entire border around here. So like, if you look at the very bottom of the screen, you see there is just a black bar. That is essentially the Windows taskbar. That's obviously not captured. So yeah, I'll have a border to kind of hide all the black bars. I might eventually make two screens kind of thing. Well, no, I'll probably keep these screens as is, but like I may change the size of the drawing screen as I'm just playing around with it right now and put that inside its own little window and maybe add like a little chat box for chat to kind of scroll through or other such things as well. Same would goes for my gaming portions. You know, there will be other such addition, again, border, things like that. A place specifically for the alerts to kind of sit, like a little alert box. It'll have its own little place. So yeah, that's, well, things will slowly change over time on these streams, and you know, you come around to them, you will see them change. You'll even have some inputs to the change, just because, you know, like we did with Hat. You know, there'll be some polls that I might put up, a little bit of input from the from you guys to put in there. So yeah, once again, just save as our clip format. There we go. Yes. So that's all saved there. I'm going to go ahead and walk through the files actually here and kind of clean up that folder because I've got a few more in here that I really want. Okay, it's a template. That's that one. Okay. Okay, I've got 3 of those for some reason. Let's look at them all. Open. All right, opening up the art one here. That's the lines, that's the lines. That's the colors. Okay. How is this different from this idle and this idle? Okay. I honestly think the only difference is I've got the backfill and the paper turned off on this one. And this one, a color is missing from the shoulder. And you know what? Okay, this one is the penultimate one. So I'm going to save this one. All right. Our active, our idle. Okay. Oh, that's it. Okay, that's the active, that's the idle. Those are unneeded. So let's go ahead and close those out. Don't save. Don't save. That didn't do anything on that one. So I go ahead and get rid of the active and the idle one since the active image is the master. Okay. Let me double check something on this too. Okay, yeah. No, that's clear back there. It was just the layer as well, seeing behind my head there previously. So we got that going for us, which is nice, I guess. Those are the Diggs images. That's that. That's this. I'll send these to Diggs once I am done, because he would have joined us, but he's at Traveler's Game. Yes, Doctor Who. I might have an answer. I might. Don't care. Don't quote me on it, though, but I might have an answer. Why, yes, you could if you send me your icon. If you send it to me. No, do not quote me on quoting me on that. Okay, you know, we can go ahead and close out Diggs' picture there. And then... thumbs be fat. Well, thumbs are quite large, yes. That is true. But yeah, if you want to send me your icon or references at least, we can work on that. We can make it a little stylized, make it a little more personalized. It's all the Fiesta Pale. Yeah, the Fiesta Pale does do things to the body. It does. It does indeed. Let's go ahead and just pull this back up now. All right, so we left off on, that's right, the hand. As it's kind of playing with the chord there. I mean, it's pretty well done. And again, the reason I'm asking for the, if you happen to have the original image still, is just, I mean, I could screen grab it off my computer, but it's just here. Let's just. Because if I just do that, it's going to be. Copy. And as I just drop it in here, it's such an itty bitty little thing that I'd have to work off of. I mean, it's literally just pixels at that point. where are we at? We're in the lines. No, we're still in the sketch for this. What did I say I was going to do? I think I said I was going to try and even out the fingers last time. I think that's what we agreed on. Did we, chat? I can't remember. I wasn't here for that. Yeah, I mean, no rush, no rush. No, I want to try and get, look. Yeah, that's right. That's going to be the, that's the issue, is trying to get looking like it's coming towards. Something like that? I don't know. Maybe that. Maybe. Hands are hard. Hands and feet. It's the tiny appendages are hard. Like getting the base of the hand, you know, that's pretty easy right there. You get like the base of the hand down. It's just like, you know, ba 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 ba, and that's just like getting my hand right there. And that's basically like you can just bring the thumb up and out there, and that there kind of goes into that. I mean, yeah, I just made it look easy, but just ignore that because Jesus hell. Oh, that's right. There we go. And AI never will solve hands because we can't solve hands. Hands are black magic. Let's bring that back. Bring that finger back. All right. Give myself an eye break to kind of think this over. You know what? While I give myself an eye break, I'm going to give you guys a break. I think that'd be fun. So, just going to go ahead and pause that. And we'll be right back while I just stare at this for a few minutes.
I'm off to another top secret adventure. See you after these messages.
Decent ice cube.
Two California teenagers have defrosted a million-year-old caveman. Now they're going to wash him, feed him, and teach him to be normal.
That's boring, dude. Normal. We're going psycho with him, bro.
And Encino High is about to learn the truth.
He's a caveman.
Encino Man.
That's barbaric.
Rated PG. Thawing May 22nd at a theater near you.
Here's Wendell and me.
And Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Here are the smartest teachers in my school.
Do they know why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
I just don't know.
Could you repeat the question?
Look and learn, class. Any kid can see there's cinnamon and sugar all over every bite for a totally intense taste.
Oh.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, part of this complete breakfast.
It's got the taste you can see. Class, dismissed.
It's a Turtle Beach party in the sand. We're gonna surf the Soo, we're gonna get a green tan. But just when they thought it was safe to play, the big bad foot come walking their way.
Lifeguard Leo, Spike and Polly Don, Sewer Cycle and Rap, Beachcomb and Mike, Sewer Spitting Turtles.
You got them on the run, spitting so much fun. Sewer Spitting Ninja Turtles
from Playmates.
Get ready for the ultimate adventure as Batman explodes into prime time. Entertainment Weekly calls it one of the year's top 10 shows. Time magazine says it has more bang for the buck than the movie.
Who are you? I'm your worst nightmare.
Batman, the series, and all new adventures, Sunday at 7, 6 Central.
He's becoming.
A perfect look for a snake in the grass.
He's bedazzling.
Limbo, limbo, beat.
He's the unbelievable Bee Guy. And he wants to be your guide on a fantastic voyage to an incredible world.
Just keep him downwind.
Of outrageously funny ghouls and riotous laughter.
Hideous puns and mindless mayhem.
Now that's entertainment.
Don't be left behind. Join Beetlejuice, weekday mornings on Fox.
I'm back from another adventure, and you're back to our program.
Okay, I think I've gotten a decent idea of something. We've got a decent idea. Oh, there's the cuckoo clock. So, yeah. I think... welcome back to the 90s. I think the absence of a... I really don't need the thumb, though. Because that's actually just, like, over here. I might just curl these in. Yeah, because that could either be the thumb and the index finger. Yeah, I could easily roll in a pinky right there. It really doesn't matter if it's seen as thumb and index or index and middle, I think. Yeah, I think that works. I think that'll be alright. Now it's the new... It's the gauntleting position now I gotta work with. Because I think if I just bring it out, I think that will be pretty good. Oh yeah, I mean, I remember the old G.I. Joe commercials. Those were like an episode in and of themselves. They had story arcs and all that kind of stuff to them. We have a gauntlet here. Let's go ahead, just boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I think if I just kind of... Let's go ahead and retrace this one at current. Then we'll just reposition things. Get some rough ideas there. All right, oh, now turn the idle off. If we just move that where... Yeah, because that's not really... Because that won't be moving. Okay. Actually... With the way the wrist is, that will be the problem. So what I think all right, let's go ahead and put this back just like that. Yep. Because what I think I need to do is I think I need to swing the elbow out this way, so it's going to be more squared like this. Kind of get again like giving it like that lateral movement not necessarily the hinge movement going this way and that way. You know, like from that to that. I need it to kind of swing out from side to side. I think is what I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and take that down. Oh, okay, that's the finger. All right, let's go ahead and save from here. Turn the idle back on. Keep this. Move that out like that. Kind of more center it more there. Turn the idle off. Yeah, that might work. No, not flat down like that. We're going to need some block here. Oh, actually, I think this is going to work. I think this is actually going to work. So we got the elbow here. Okay, now we just have to kind of got to figure out how this sits. So I think this is going to work. Because what we're looking at now is we've got this section sitting here is basically what we're seeing here. And I got to figure out how this back end, how basically this back end where the shoulder is, or elbow is going to be sitting kind of somehow like that. This is a basic idea of how it should look. So let's see here. What do I have in the references? Let's go ahead and turn this one off. No. Moderate. Kind of. All right, I'm going to dig through the art books real quick here. Again, you guys can't see that folder, but it's there, trust me. References. Nope, that's just a handful of references. Here are the art books. Phantasy Star Zero designs, huh? Could this help? Not entirely, no. It can still look pretty sick in Phantasy Star Zero, I won't lie. Do kind of miss that game. That game was pretty neat. Anyway, alright, go back. Phantasy Star Compendium, Phantasy Star Collection, Phantasy Star Online 1. Book of Hunters. Okay, I believe this is the Dreamcast book here. Yes, a mind folder. The folder within your mind. Ooh. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. If only the elbow was up a bit, though. Alright, let's kind of just pop through here. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, these are monsters. Don't. Okay, no. Back. Phantasy Star Online. Oh, episode 3? Maybe. Okay, maybe. I mean, I really didn't play episode 3 that much because it was a stupid card game, and it's like, why? But, anyway. And again, that's when card games were pretty big, was like 2005, 2006. Yu-Gi-Oh! Really took the frick off. Oh, that's a badass picture right there. I like that. Damn, that is badass. But anyway. That's pretty cool too. If there was more shown, that's kind of what we were going for, but there really isn't much. What in the heck is going on there? Anyway. Oh, that's cute. Going through. No. Oh, a neat mini comic there. No. Okay, not a whole. Oh, here we go. Back to the character area section. Back to character art. Oh, this is fancy. Oh, this is episode 4 stuff now. They're showing off. Okay. Okay, let's kind of just jump through this a little bit. All right, those are the same references as before. Blue Burst, yeah, okay. Oh, they tease a little bit of Blue Burst. Okay. Those are just examples down there. Is why those two are sitting there. I mean, I do have a Dreamcast controller, and I probably will be playing the couple of Dreamcast games I do have eventually. But I mean, I found the Dreamcast controller very comfortable for fighters, compared to the PlayStation controller or the Xbox controller. I enjoyed playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 a lot better on the Dreamcast than I did on the Majigger. Other consoles, newer consoles. Okay, this is all Phantasy Star 2. So, actually, well, no, because they've got the new armors for the casts. Yeah, it's just new base armor, things like that. I'd have to go, I should probably actually go to Phantasy Star Online 2 and just get the shots I need via STEM. Alright, let's just punch through this real quick, see if I can't find any different pictures here. Wow, they really just shaft the Rockcast in these group shots, don't they? Gosh, they do. Poor Gillum. Yeah, no. Yeah, just Ramaro, there's the Rockcast. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of nothing really in those art books. Okay. Back to befumbling around. Oh, let's close the references, get sketchbook back open, back on the gauntlets. Because I feel it should be down a little more like this. I think it is going to be down more like that. Alright, let's bring this down first. What we'll do is block here, kind of act as this section here. Bring that down. That way we can hide some of that arm, some of that elbow. It's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. I think I'll do though. So I'm going to grab the arm, move it up just a little bit, and rotate it slightly. Might go back. Okay, that's where you're sitting. I am going to have to redo the wrist area, but that's fine because I think sitting like that is a little better. Do that. I'll go ahead and erase the wrist area, save it. This is also, let's bring this in a little bit. And maybe I'll take the hand. Yeah, I think okay. Yeah, that helps. I think that helped a lot right there, rotating that. Zoom in, and erase. No, we just have his wrist like right there. I think that'll work. I think that'll work actually. So I think we have this section done. I forgot we had the rest of this to kind of play with. So let's go ahead, turn our idle back on, turn off our active, and get back into our base because we gotta. No, no, we'll keep those details that color. I think that's fine. Let's just go ahead. No, we can just color over those rows with our monofill here. Because I think this works. Some of this probably might need to be played with shading when it comes to colors. But I think it's going to be okay. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and get the Viridia symbol back up. Open. Where is it miscellaneous? Huh. There it is. There we go. Copy. Oh, let's go ahead and just take that off first. There we go. And then into our references. Boop. That little guy's right there. Oh, we dragged it center. There we go. Let's go ahead and boop that up. That goes into references there. There we go. And then, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and just grab the Viridia green off there. That emblem, that is the Viridia emblem. In Phantasy Star Online, when you put your name in, you're given what's called a section ID. And the section ID is basically based off how you spell the name of your character. And this was the one I had on the GameCube. This is known as Viridia. There were basically two of most colors. There were two blues. One was your basic blue, and the other one was like a dark blue, or a light blue. I mean, that was blue full, and then it had a light blue variant called the Skyle, I think. I know Whitehead Whitehall, Skylaw, or Skylee, I think is what it was. SKYL something. Yellow Bows was yellow. Redria was red. Orange Full, I believe, was the orange color. There was Greenel, which was light green. I don't think there was not a black one, because there was Purple Gnome, was the purple one. Was there an indigo one? I can't remember now. But yeah, there were like, gosh, maybe 12 different section IDs you could have in that game. And what the section IDs did was it basically, that depended on what your drop table was for special items, for all items rather, mostly for special items. But yeah, that's what this symbol is. It was the section ID I was given for the name in the game. And if you Didn't matter how many times you spelled it the same way, it was always going to be the same ID. Now, that being said, you could take your chances and either make your name entirely capitalized and get a different section ID, or use different letters. Like instead of an I for Striker, you could use a Y. And or you could use like a 3 for the E or something like that. So, but again, that was how your drop tables were determined for your character, and then that in turn affected what you played. So whoever, like while you were playing offline, you were always stuck on that ID. But if you played online, whoever made the lobby for the game you're going to play, it followed their section ID until they left the lead position. Then until you went back to, I don't know why I'm coloring this in already, but I am. But until you went back, like if you were on the planet Regal in any of the areas playing, it would still be that person's section ID. Then if they left and you started a mission, the new party leader, generally player 2, or if table 1, your name determines your section ID, and your section ID determines your drop tables. Yeah, all the classes had different drop tables. Some got the same weapon, some got more from what I understand, the Viridia ID wasn't completely fleshed out before they shipped the game, at least on the GameCube anyway, because my drop table had a curse, and that was called the Final Impact. Just about everything dropped that damn thing, even bosses, and it was annoying. It was decent for... Viridia was pretty decent for Rangers at a... we'll say mid to high tier. It wasn't necessarily a quote-unquote end tier ID because it didn't have that great of item drops. But anyway, that basically comes to our time. So I'm going to go ahead, save my progress. Got that saved up. And we're just going to go ahead and swap screens there. And like I said, that's basically going to do it for me for the night. I might be playing more Star Fox tomorrow. We'll see how frustrated I get at the boss fight, because, my god, why? But we'll see. We'll see. You guys have a good rest of your evening. I'm probably going to get something a little better to eat because work went a little long for me today. So, anyway, you guys take it easy. Farming, I believe, will be later tonight, so about a couple hours or hour and a half or so. And for those of you up that early, I'll catch you guys tomorrow on System Saturdays. You guys have a good evening.